when you think about like what is the worst thing that you could possibly ever do to somebody,
No, I just every time you
it
do it,
would
you just
be to
move on.
not to see their value or not to treat them according to their value because you've never thought about it before, never thought seriously about it before, because that's the situation that's ripe for violence and mistreatment. If you were asked to basically defend the vegan position as well as you could, like what do you think to be the number one reason to be vegan?
I feel like most people just see it as a healthier diet.
Do you think that's a good reason?
But not
A
really.
healthier diet?
Because it's
Do you
mainly
think it's a better argument?
Yeah, it's mainly stopping animal cruelty.
Well, yeah, but like that's interesting. So when someone is vegan just because for health reasons, what is your feeling about that?
I don't know. Like,
So have you ever heard the environmental argument for veganism? That it's better for the environment because it doesn't destroy as many trees.
yeah.
I mean that's all true, but this vegan activist Joey Carbstrong, he always gives a really beautiful example. Like imagine somebody down, several hundred years ago when slavery was legal, and they said, "I'm really against slavery because it's really bad for the environment." Like they have to build these slave ships, and they have to cut down trees to build these slave ships. And I don't think they should cut down these trees because it's bad for the environment. So I definitely don't like slavery. Like, what would you think about that person if that was the main reason why they were against slavery? Because it was bad for the environment.
Yeah, they're not worried about the people.
Yeah, it's like there's something missing there, right? I mean,
Yeah.
how can you be against it because it's bad for the environment or because it's bad for your health? I mean, everyone has the right to treat their body any way they want. So, but what we absolutely cannot do, like what we've always been told that we cannot do, and it's true, is like we cannot treat others who are helpless in a way that we wouldn't want to be treated if we were helpless. Like that's the only real reason why we should be ever find something obligatory to not do it. And I mean, and nothing falls in that category more than veganism does.
So, I don't know how much thought you've given the topic, right, of animal ethics. Let's say you're gonna reach for a bottle of shampoo, right? And shampoo A has been put into bunny's eyes. It's been lab tested on them just to make sure that it's not gonna somehow hurt humans when they use it, right? Shampoo B is cruelty free. Which one would you choose though?
I probably would do like probably the cruelty free, just because like I don't see like the need for like any of the pain or like anything caused in like humans or animals. Like I just don't see like the point of it.
Looking at this, right, if I weren't from Earth and I found out what was happening to other species here, I'd be like, what are they doing? They're using their intelligence to enslave other beings.
Yeah, because like with what you're saying, like if I were from like a different planet and I saw this happening, probably the first question in my mind would be, why does this species what makes this species think that they're better than and more valuable than this other species that has less developed brains? They're still life forms, so they deserve a chance to live.
Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself. The next question might be a harder question, right? And I don't know if you have an answer to this one, but how do you rationalize something like eating animal products?
That's always been like I've never really put like, from my personal preference, I personally don't eat like specifically like I don't eat like a lot of meat just out of like I guess like taste preference. So I can't really have like a whole lot of say in the matter of like vegetarian or veganism versus like eating meat. But like, I feel like it shouldn't be like on the scale that it's being done like today, where it's like massive amounts of like cows or sheep or whatever that are being like bred specifically just to be like killed for meat. I feel like on this like huge scale, like it's not like the greatest thing.
No, it seems like this might be one of those trivial things. We don't actually need animal products, right? People have been vegan for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. How is this any different from reaching for the other product on the shelf, like the other shampoo? You could just buy
it's
literally anything else.
Yeah.
When you think about like what is the worst thing that you could possibly ever do to somebody, it would be
No, I just every time you do
it would be to
not
not to see their value or not to treat them according to their value because you've never thought about it before, never thought seriously about it before, because that's the situation that's ripe for violence and mistreatment. You know, it says a lot, I think, about ourselves to not want to support a diminishing life with that potential, just, you know, and putting it into a tiny little metal box. It just seems to me like that's diminishing everything that matters. We're saying that whatever is contained inside this little metal box doesn't really matter that much because we're mistreating it, because we're treating it like it's just an object. Well, that means that anything that animal has that has any value to you, you really have no right to really even value it in yourself. I mean, so if that animal has the capacity to love, well, then you've sort of abjugated your own right to love yourself or to be loved, because you're saying love doesn't matter because I'm willing to turn this being that can love into a commodity.
Man, I really wish I had the words to describe what I want to say. So it seems like a lot of like your kind of reasoning and like your main point kind of here is the fact that like try to minimize the amount of harm you bring on others, especially ones that you have like have a direct hand in, especially when it comes to animals, because we think about the animals as like a lesser being because we don't consciously think about them all the time.
Yeah, I think that was a good summary of a lot of it. Yeah, I think we have to, you know, I think sometimes you'll talk to someone, you know, a typical response to someone who starts speaking about animal rights will be, well, we should worry about humans first. But it's not really so much about worrying about one group versus another. And I think anybody who says that, I think in the back of their mind, they know they are saying, let's think about the in-group before the out-group first, or let's think about the group that people care more about before we care about the ones that nobody cares at all about. And that's, I think, that should immediately set off alarm bells ringing. But really, the problem is that we shouldn't be caring about others based upon superficial features like gender, race, or species. What we should care about, first and foremost, is first do no harm, the Hippocratic Oath. And then once we pass that standard, you know, then we can worry about doing compassionate acts and helping others. But first, we have to look at ourselves and not harm others.
Yeah, and that's an excellent point. I gotta say, I kind of agree now. Although I will have to pause here. I can hear my friend in the background, so I want to go say hi to her. But I will say, Nick, Evoke, it's been a lovely conversation. Thank you